This is the new bottom of the deck, and it's the Two of Swords. So how to solve this? It's a real dilemma. Like the Four of Cups person could ignore their own emotions and you just pick themselves up and continue with their day and pretend like they weren't hurting. And the other person could pretend like they don't have these angry feelings towards the person that's hurting, and they could be like really understanding and diplomatic in this situation, but underneath the surface they feel like, I want to strangle you. Okay, so that's the solution, of course. This is the old bottom of the deck, and we have a Four of Coins. It might be that things have been kept underneath the surface and now it comes out and it becomes inconvenient for everyone. But it needs to come out, of course. It's like if we have a wound and the bandage over it is like old and dirty, it will become an infection in the wound. So it really, of course, it needs to come out. But before we have had a level of control that kept this from happening is what I'm feeling. Probably both people, like the person that was feeling fragile, probably felt demands from the other person to be in control and to not be a sissy and all that. And the other person still feels the need of being in control, because what would happen to the world if everyone sat down and cried like you are doing? Then nothing would work and everyone would be in misery and we wouldn't have anything to eat. We wouldn't have roof over our heads and we will be eaten by shackles. I don't know, but our fears can sometimes be like a little bit overboard. Okay, so this is the situation that you have in this relationship, and then we have the feelings level and the bond between you two, and underneath that we have the behaviors and attitudes from both of you and the outcome for November. So we'll start to look at the situation here, and we have a Ten of Swords in the reversed. 10 of Swords in the reversed. I think this, whatever is triggering this person underneath the tree to sulk and feel depressed or sad, is something that have happened like over and over and over and over and over and again in their life. They're probably so used to it, so they don't even see when they are getting hurt. But now they noticed, okay, because maybe it was the last straw that broke the camel's back or something like that. Okay, and this is what's on your mind, about the person most on your mind. And we have the Seven of Wands. So this card can come from for both people in this equation. I guess the person underneath the tree would want to defend themselves against the words of the person that's judging them for sitting underneath the tree, like you should do this, you should do that, when did you shower like the latest time? And this person is like, it's up to me to decide, I don't have the energy, and you are not understanding at all. But this can also be the other person like saying, like trying to, it's like they have a flock of sheep here and they're trying to get them into doing the thing that they wish that they would do. You know, keep yourself together, do this, do that. Okay, so I guess what's on your mind is the quarrel in itself, or the different sides to the situation, and who is right here. It seems like both is right and both are wrong, so that's difficult. But it's like this in almost all situations. If we could walk a mile in this person's shoes and then walk a mile in this person's shoes, we would see that it wasn't that hard to understand both sides, and so it's usually the truth is not in either of the camps. Okay, so this is what's on their mind, and we have a Five of Swords here in reversed. So it shows that they are angry, but they don't wish to quarrel. They judge you, but they don't want to say it because they have a heart, or they have empathy with your situation if you are the one down, and it seems like they are thinking like this. And they probably, I'm just feeling this clarity of them wishing that they wouldn't be angry with you. They wish that you would feel better. They wish that they could fix your problem, and in the same time they're angry with you. So they are also seeing both sides here. So that's kind of adult of both of you, I think, to be able to see both people's sides and being frustrated with both yourself and the other person. That's progress. It's personal growth on its highest level, because it's much easier to just say it's their fault. They were the one that did wrong. I'm not to blame. That's easy. But when you see it like this, it becomes like a Picasso painting. Like both the face and the butt is on the same side of the person. So it's hard to like straighten it out and understand what you're seeing and what's right and what's wrong and what's real in this situation. So we'll see the bond between you two. And it's the Six of Wands in reverse. Yes, it's of course no one can win in this situation. Because if this person persuades you to get up from your sulking position, you will still have the wound and it's still not healed. And if you get your will through and sit underneath the tree and being depressed, that wouldn't be much to help either. So it's hard to win here. Both these cards are about winning, and it's kind of leaning towards this person wants to win a lot. So this can be the masculine side of things, or the non-empath, the person that's more logic. And often that's actually Aquarius, but many Aquarius will find themselves on this side. It's natural because we are a mix of very many different signs and constellations and past life memories and our own like self, our soul. So this is your feelings, and we have an Ace of Cups. So yes, this person that's sitting underneath the tree is getting closer and closer to their own emotions. They are getting closer and closer to self-love because they are at least acknowledging. It's first when we start to take advantage of the situation and feel like, oh, it was really comfortable when everyone was coming with soup and, rubbing my belly or whatever when we are sick, or stroking my hair, and I didn't have to earn any more money. Everyone came with the things I needed. So we can become lazy from this situation, of course, but the foundation here is that it's the whole hurt and pain that we're feeling that broke us down, so we started to feel sorry for ourselves. It's actually a healing incitament. It's self-love coming and saying, hey, you need to look at this. You have forgotten to love yourself here. So you probably can't love this person in the way that you would want right now. You can't be the trooper that they want you to be. You can't take off their sorrow from their shoulder by saying, hey, I was just joking. I feel fine today. You can't do that. So it's an Ace of Cups. It means that there's a lot of love there, but it's not maybe in this case aimed at anything special. It's more about experience love, and it's almost like giving up to this, what we saw. Now it's gone, but if you remember the Four of Coins, that with this constipated little face, where we try to, no, I will just keep a grip on myself and do what I'm forced to do. But here it's about, no, I need to listen to my body. I need to listen to what's going on here. I need to listen to what I'm actually feeling in this situation. And it comes with healing, and it comes with beautiful forgiveness and, harmony and tranquility. So it's worth it, even if it's like, you can feel like a downhill slope down into a dark abyss of depression. But it's usually we are being called to go into the darkness like that because we want to find the Holy Grail. And the Holy Grail in this case is probably yourself, to find who you truly are and what you truly want to do outside all your demands on yourself and other people's demands on you. Who are you really? So it's about like giving birth to the true you. And this is their feelings. And yes, I'm feeling a lot of empathy for this person, because they feel like they need to row the whole boat, because you are not, doing anything here. You just sit there and being depressed, and they need to row you to the tree, fetch you when the day is over so you can come home and sleep. Like this, like a bat in the ceiling, anxious, depressed, not fun to talk to at all. So I understand their predicament. It's hard to see another person getting the blues and not being able to make them snap out of it. And they are going on with their daily life. They are doing everything that they usually do, and you are to no good use. But they seem to be a trooper in this situation. I don't see that they are ditching you or, just rowing the boat out to a deserted island and leaving you there. It can happen for some of you. Okay, I'm just joking, of course, but here is your behaviors and attitudes. 7 of Pentacles. Yeah, you have a big pile of work in front of you, and it might feel a little bit daunting. It's so many things inside your body that's calling for your attention. It hurts there, and it's pain there, and it's ache there, and you don't like this, and you don't like that, and it's a lot of things that you need to pay attention to, and it's a little bit procrastinating here. It's nice to be sad and get the soup brought home and being rowed over to your favorite place underneath the tree, but the work needs to be done. Okay, and what do I mean with that? It's actually face the pain where it is. We have a 7 of Wands, 7 of Coins. It seems like you might be resisting the feelings that comes up, and they just come up so that they can say, hey, I'm hurt, you need to heal me. And you say, I don't want to hear about it, I don't want to talk to you. You are like disrupting my day or making me feel uncomfortable. So here's the big pile with information that wants to come to you. This happened to you, that happened to you, this is something you need to deal with. Change behavior there, put more boundaries there, give more there, give less there. It's a lot of things that needs to be sorted out, but you wish that this wouldn't have happened. You just wanted to continue with your life. You didn't want to be disrupted with this crap, like this pile of crap here. But it wants to be sorted through. For some people, that's more practical. It can be easier, instead of sorting through your emotions, you can sort through your sock drawer or something like that. Or if you have like a storage or like something that you haven't touched in years, that could be a good starting point. But stay with your emotions while you are sorting this out. And it might be very helpful. It's a start, at least. Instead of just looking at the pile, you can, do a little thing each day and see where this is getting you. And this is the other person's behavior. 9 of Wands. Okay, they don't think that you have the best intentions with this. They probably think that this was your plan all along, to ditch all the responsibilities on them, and now they have to be the sole provider for everything, for happiness, for food, for taking care of the home, for taking care of the cat. I don't know, but they feel a little bit burdened by this, and I don't know how to help them really, because I'm not seeing you being such a mess, but you have a big job in front of you. And what little energy you have, you probably need to put into this situation here. And we don't want them to go the same road, like they take over all the responsibilities, and this is like close to being a burnout. So what says that they are not the next victim, and who will help you then if both people are down and out? So we will have to look at that a little bit better. But here is the outcome for November, and it's the Magician in reversed. So nobody is doing nothing. It might be a good idea to take vacation and downsize your goals. If you decided to build a new house this year, don't. If you decided to get a new child, don't. If you decided to get a new job or, widening your horizon, don't. Deal with what's right in front of you, like everyday stuff, and deal with the internal junk. And then you can do all these things when everyone is a little bit more in balance. So I will see what's clarification for the 9 of Wands here. Heart with a key. Welcoming love, meeting the one, opening your heart, getting together, perfect. Okay, so heart with a key, it means that it's locked, and we can see that this person is a little bit locked. I think that they do love you, but they think you have bad intentions with this, and I think you just need to, tell them your version and what's going on, and and tell them that you can't have high demands on yourself right now, but as soon as you feel better, you will step up to the task and explain to them what you're doing to start to feel better. But don't become the slave to that you need to hurry to put a fake smile on your face so that they can be happy. But I think they need a little bit of love, like they need a little bit of reassurance that you're not doing this out of ill will or spite or just because you can, like, be a big baby. It's not like that. So this is your intentions. Love call. Someone expresses love, a message of love, thinking of you and letting you know. I'm actually feeling like, even though the cards is not super favorable, it seems like in some way you have a possibility of having really good communication. I'm seeing the communication cards being like upside down, but it's maybe because you tiptoe around each other and don't talk about the stuff that needs to be dealt with. So it could be a good idea to actually start the difficult conversation. But also for this person, it's important to have boundaries. This person has a little bit more strength right now, and we need to take that into consideration, that if we go too far with this, it becomes a deep depression, and that's dangerous. Okay, so what will this person wants to say? I'm scared of showing vulnerability. Yeah, okay, we have a big big can of worms there. Can of worms, like bucket of worms. I don't know how Google translated this. I said it in Scorpio video the other day, and someone thought it was the channel of worms, but it's a can of worms. And of course, you are showing vulnerability. And for this person, remember the Four of Coins with the constipated face, orange dress, blue garment. They don't want to show vulnerability. They're like this fort. And I think this person has learned, this is what I didn't really get to here. It's some kind of honor. You're not supposed to be vulnerable and useless. You're supposed to be strong and capable and be able to fix things and survive and help other people survive. To become like a little whiny baby, it's to no use for anyone. So I think when you are showing vulnerability, it's really touching with this person's shadow, and it's opening their can of worms, like all the things that they were never allowed to do. Who knows? Sometimes when we're dealing with people that's very organized and they are super controlled, when you finally open the door and say you don't have to be that controlled, they can lose like all it's like all the structure in their cells and just become a really lazy person and decide to do nothing. But it's a way for the body to balance out what has been earlier in their life when they were so strict with their body and with their soul. So when they finally get a vacation, they might take a really long one. So if you have a very competent partner and you are now showing them that one can be vulnerable and sit and do nothing, you might show this person something that you didn't want them to know, because I'm just warning you. Okay, I do believe that it's better if we actually open the can of worms and deal with whatever is there. Because that means healing, but in the short run it might mean problem. So this is what you want to say here. I want to find someone new. I'm actually thinking it might be for some people that they want to find someone new and are tired of this relationship and maybe just using this person as a workhorse while they are, resting in bed, and during the days they call their lover. Okay, that might happen. Okay, but I will be serious here. What I'm feeling is that we rather want to find like a new ourselves, like a new self-love. We want to find out who we are. We need to make our life brand new, and we want to change our whole life. We want to like a clean slate here. But for some of you, it might be expressed in being really tired with your partner and wanting to ditch them, use them as long as possible and then ditch them. It's a possibility. I'm not saying no to that. suggestion. Okay, so this is what the divine thinks about the solution here. Release your ex. The time has come to clear your energy. And again, I'm not feeling that it's about this partner. Maybe you have broken up, I don't know, but the biggest thing here is to release the past rather than release like the ex here. It might be a past lover, past, it can be like the love to one of our parents as well that has made us go into a situation where we maybe didn't feel loved enough, and we have bring a lot of projections, trauma, hurt and pain into the relationship from that past relationship with one of our parents, or like a caretaker, or someone that it might have been a parent or a step parent or a teacher at school, or someone that you looked up to, or your first partner, and that person still seems to have a big impact on you and your self-worth. And this is where you really need to turn leaf. But if we were to read it like literally, then this person would be your ex and you need to release them. But I didn't see them being your ex. I'm just seeing them like putting their teeth together and trying to, withstand what you are doing. Maybe you are sulking over an ex-person, you are with a new lover, or maybe you are with the same lover you have been in forever, but you're still in love with your first person. And if that's the case, then you actually really need to release the ex. Okay, so I will see if we can find an advice card for you. The Fates. So this is a destined point in time. I also felt this with the Ten of Swords. It's not much we can argue with when the Ten of Swords come and visit. Even if it's a minor arcana card, it has a lot of muscles to break us down and get us to our knees. So it's not something we can battle with. When Ten of Swords comes, it's just wipes up us out from standing to laying down, or at least sitting down. So it's about serenity and fate. Like some things happen that you have no control over, and it's about using radical acceptance to, okay, this happened to me, or this is how I feel right now. I can't change exactly this situation exactly right now. It might come a time tomorrow when I will be able to change it, but I can't change it now. So it's much like the serenity prayer. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. There are things in life you will never have control over. The conditions brought on by the evolution of the collective, which I'm thinking is happening here. You could have gone on with your life and just everything would have been nice and peachy if we weren't going through this wormhole in space where everyone needs to heal their old karma. So it's a little bit daunting, and it's a big pile of things that needs to be dealt with in a short period of time. So conditions brought on by evolution of the collective, which is the case by nature and by your past experience with this release your ex thing. Maybe fated, preordinate by spirit for a greater purpose you cannot understand in this lifetime, or maybe just not right now. You might be able to understand it soon when you have gone through it and you see the benefits of it. It may not be in your cards to understand why certain events occurred, but you can accept the mystery and work with what those events and your current circumstances have brought to the surface and wants to teach you. And it's this big pile of junk here. This is the wisdom contained in the serenity prayer. So other people also are who they are. You cannot change them. The challenge is to accept them as they are and not try to make them otherwise to suit you. This is a time to look at how you attempt to mold people to fit your view of how they should be. I'm thinking this is this person on this side here wants to mold you and themselves into the person that they should be. So you can remain in a relationship and avoid discomfort. What if who they are and whatever is happening between you and them in this situation is perfect in the perspective of spirit? Now is the time to accept what you cannot change, even if that means See, even if that means that you honor yourself, spirit, and the other person by moving on, loving unconditionally. For each of us is on our own journey, and we cannot direct that of another. Be aware that this relationship is indeed fated, and you aren't meant to evolve into a better version of yourself as a result of it. Okay, so I will try one last attempt to see that this was the breakup. 10 of Swords. 5 of Swords is this person